Tonight now. My name is Vince, and I am a freelance journalist. I am an American commercial truck driver. We are here to serve you, the people. Co-hosting with me is Sean from Trucking the USA Today on Facebook. We also have Samantha with the Trucking Restoration Council. Um, Sean is also part of a movement called I Drive for Change. Grumpy, welcome to the team. Thank you, brother. You can find us both on wethetruckers.com. Let me get my stickers here. You can find both of us at wethetruckers.com. Um, do. It's a great website for your favorite trucking advocate, books, music, bills throughout the government that are or are not going to be passed, and more. On this live, we strive hard to be critical thinkers, right? Trust but verify and facts over feelings, and bring great conversation about the trucking industry. Before we get started, we would like to take a minute to tell you about our very special culture that we're building together here with hundreds of drivers. Here you will find respect, you will find dignity and accountability and the belief that every single person has a chance to be heard. We believe conversations matter and we believe that people matter. That's why we give every person up to 3 minutes to talk. 3 minutes. Honest disagreements are welcome here. Tough conversations are welcome here. We do not create echo chambers here. What we ask is respect the dignity of other drivers. We don't put people down or insult anyone here just because they think differently than we do, right? Just because someone thinks differently than the status quo, that's okay. That's how great things form, right? Is somebody thinking outside of the box. We like that here. We don't allow anybody to insult or put down any speakers for their ideas. If anybody becomes disruptive, abusive, or negative, you will be put in a timeout. This is not to punish you, but this is to protect the culture that we're building here. We are here to strengthen one another. You are safe here to debate and to ask the hard questions and speak your truth. We're to listen, we're here to learn, and we are here to challenge the ideas. Everything said here is for entertainment purposes only, right? Whether you're a driver, a spouse, an owner operator, a dispatcher, a company driver, a broker, a cop, a shipper, a receiver, a consignee, a truck stop cashier, you are welcome here. Thanks for being here, everybody. Grumpy, thank you for tapping that screen. I see you, brother. So Sean brought something to my attention. Just give me 1 sec, guys. Just so everybody knows, we are live on TikTok, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. It's people like you that matter, that make the show what the show is. We're trying to bring the goalpost closer to all of us here. This isn't about me. This isn't about you. This is about all of us. Any successful person out there, you know why they're successful? Because they work with people. And I know people suck sometimes. They do. But you got to work with people. You're not always going to get it your way. That's life. Get over it, because that's how people become successful, truly successful. Give me just 1 second here, guys. I'm going to read something to you here. It's going to be pretty epic. Okay. This is insane. So, another trucking advocate sent this to me yesterday, and it's kind of insane. So let's get into it. We want to bring something to the light because when the government goes silent, the public has every right to start asking questions. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has an advisory committee called MCSAC, the Motor Carrier Safety Advisory Committee. I just learned this yesterday. I didn't know about this committee. Its job is important. MCSAC advises the FMCSA administrators on policies and regulations, commercial motor vehicle safety, professional drivers, motor carriers, and the traveling public. FMCSA asks for nominations to serve on this committee. Those nominations closed on February 23rd, 2026. Don't you think a couple of us should be on this committee? The agency said that members would be announced as soon as they were selected. Now, here's where it gets good. Yet 6 months ago, or 6 months later, FMCSA's own website still says to be announced. No members, no chair, no vice chair, no public explanation for the delay. That deserves attention, especially because this committee has not historically remained vacant for that long. Never has that happened. During the 2021 appointment cycle, nominations closed and the new members were announced that same month. In 2011, 5 members were named within weeks of the nominations period closing. Thank you, Raising Arrows. So why has the public heard nothing for 6 months in 2026? The silence comes at an extremely important time for the trucking industry. Pay attention, this is where it gets good. FMCSA has been considering major questions involving the CVSA Enhanced Commercial Motor Vehicle Inspection Program and the future inspection framework for autonomous commercial vehicles. At the same time, Congress and federal agencies are debating legislation and policies that could shape autonomous trucking, federal safety standards, and the authority of individual states. These are exactly the kinds of motor carrier safety issues MCSAC is supposed to examine and advise the FMCSA administrator about. So where's the committee? Who is representing professional drivers? Who is representing owner-operators? Who is questioning the technology companies, the inspection systems, and the organizations seeking influence over the future of commercial transportation? And most importantly, who is advising FMCSA while these decisions are being made? We're not claiming that the delay proves corruption or improper influences. We do not yet have the evidence to support that. But we have more than enough reasons to demand an explanation. Maybe this is nothing more than bureaucratic delay. Or maybe leaving an important safety advisory committee inactive during a critical policy window is convenient for someone, huh? Either way, the public deserves to know. FMCSA should immediately disclose the statute of nominations review, explain why the appointments have been delayed, identify who is currently performing the committee's advisory function, and state whether any major decisions are moving forward with MCSAC's input. This is not simply filling seats on another government committee. It's about transparency. Bluegrass, thank you and welcome to the team. It is about ability. It is about highs with emoji have a meaningful voice in the future. Silence is long enough. Where is MCSAC? Empty. And the light. So what do you guys think? Let's see. Sam says share a lot of information or a truck driver. No, thanks, man. All right. How's it going, Bluegrass? I see you saying. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing this. Basically, we're going to be discussing the MCSAC, and we're also we need everyone's help. Everybody here is willing to write a letter. We have some example letters that you can write to Congress members and senators. We're at the brink of a serious life-changing future, and we don't believe that it's for the good if we don't get going. Here we go. Um, one sec, guys and gals. One sec. I'll let Samantha explain it. She's a little better explaining it than I, and then we'll get into it. There she is. Welcome in, Samantha.
Hey, Vince, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am doing great, man. Thank you so much for bringing such important things to light. When an advisory committee, think about this. These people's job is to advise the one entity that is charged with the safety of the people on the roads. This is the advisory board. Think about, yes, um, you're the sheik of a country, right? You're just a sheik, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's advising you. Like, you've always been in the palace your whole life. You're just hanging out in the palace. You don't know what's going on with the people. You don't know if there's food. You don't know if there's water. You don't know because all your stuff's taken care of, right? And all your advisors are gone. Do you
Right.
think about what that would look like? Think about how long your country would last, okay? That's what's happening in the FMC. It was structured when it was created to have an advisory board.
Absolutely.
And now we've said, you know what? It's only been 6 months. They should be able to fly by the seat of their pants for six. Oh, you know what? What if we just waited until after this whole Build America 250 Act? What if we just waited till that was all over, and then will it? Once we don't have it, because, what if we appointed them and they said, hey, this is a bad idea? Well, then we wouldn't be able to go back and say, oh, well, we didn't have advisors. We didn't know. Do you guys understand? Like, I don't know if you understand what's happening. I understand what's happening. Sometimes we need a kick in the pants. Like, I did. This is good. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it, right? Because it doesn't talk about it all day long till our heads fall off. It won't make any difference, will it? What are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to send letters to every single congressional district, 435 districts. And we're not going to just send letters. They throw that stuff in the trash, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we have done, I want you to know, we've been working at this. There's a group, by the way, working behind the scenes. They're called the Trucking Restoration Council. They are kicking ass. They conduct business at a place called the Round Table on Fridays. And if you want to get where the work is getting done, ladies and gentlemen, you want to get to the Round Table. And if you don't want to get to the Round Table, just sit and talk about it and be frustrated. You can do however you want to do. I personally need to do something about it. Otherwise, my head's going to explode. So with all that being said, we are not just sending letters to congressmen. We are finding the staff members responsible for that portfolio to create a fire, get some people rolling, hand walk that to the person that can get this done, because we want some face-to-face meetings. I'm sick and tired of talking about it. Now it's time to do something. Let me tell you when Washington changes. Somebody said, I'll tell you what'll scare them is when we sue them. I'm sorry. Do you know how many lawyers are floating around Washington waiting for them to get sued? Do you have any idea what that looks like? Somebody the other day said, we just need $100,000. How do you put $100,000 in Washington, D.C. in the same paragraph and think you're making any doggone sense at all? Guys, let me tell you what's scary. When 4 million truck drivers say, you know what? We've had enough and we're not going to take it anymore. And this is what we want you to do, because we can see to it you don't have a job.
Right. So, how can someone get a hold of you to be able to get, like, you guys have example letters or something that people can
absolutely
put their name on?
So what we do first, we send you a link. It's a form. It's a very simple form where you are just letting us know what you think about what's going on in trucking today, particularly in the area of autonomy. We take that piece, your piece, we incorporate it into a base letter that's already created. It has 3 key questions, not saying things like, oh, you're going to ruin the world. No, these questions are, have you thought about this? Did you check on that? Who's accountable for this piece? What happens when these are very clear, concise, congressional level questions that are a call to action? And then the letter also says, this is what we want. We want a meeting. We want a phone call. We need you to explain. There's a call to action and there's a request. So all of that's very important. We also take your letter, we customize it to the district. So we have, every district has things that put it at risk. And so we've customized every single district. So all you do is you just reach out and say, I want that form. Then we take the form, we put the letter together, we send it back to you for your approval, and then we show you who to send it to. Not the congressman. Anybody can find a congressman's phone number. We
Right.
send it to the staffer that's going to make some stuff happen.
I like it.
So all you got to do is reach out. You reach out to Vince, you reach out to Sean, you reach out to me, you reach out to anybody that's part of the roundtable. They can get you the link to this form. Can we drop it in here?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, of course.
Put it in the chat. If
Please
you
do.
want that form, all you got to do is click on it. Anybody who has a link to this form has access to it, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, I know you guys are busy. I know you're busy. I know you've got stuff to do. I know your lives are ridiculous. But I also know that every time you sit at a dock for 3 hours and you're pissed off because nobody's loading your truck, you got time to fill out a doggone form.
Right.
You can either make excuses or you can make change, but you can't make both.
That's right. So we need all hands on deck. If anybody's willing to look at this example letter, like Samantha was saying, all the work has pretty much been done for y'all. We need your voice, your person to send one of these letters off. Send a letter to your congressman or your senator. You get a hold of myself, Sam, or Sean. I don't know where something must have come up with Sean. I don't know where he is. Let's see.
He's working. He said at the row bottom near the river today, and
that's
service, he might not be able to make it. I meant to tell you that at the beginning, actually. Then I got to get fired up about everything else.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm getting so tired of we don't see accountability. We don't see accountability, and we don't see the Constitution being enforced, the ultimate law of the land. I know states are more powerful than the federal government, and I understand that states can do what they want to do, but when do we say enough? When do we actually start holding people accountable, right? It's getting to a point where it feels like to me that they basically just do whatever they want, and they just kind of shrug it off. They laugh about it. They do what benefits them, but they're not representing their people, and that's what they're in Washington for. They're not in Washington, D.C. for themselves. They are there as a person representing hundreds of thousands, if not millions, back home, wherever home is. So I don't get it. Maybe it has something to do with Washington, D.C. not being a part of the United States. I don't know, but I think we need to look into it further. Let's see. Pastime for a Change says, no, Vince, the states can do what the people, the constitutions want. Yes. Absolutely. If anybody wants to come up and chat, feel free to invite yourself up. I'm wondering who this Jimmy Hoffa Jr. is in the chat. I'm pretty sure I know who you are, mister. Yep, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's see. I'm going to show you guys something here real quick. See what you guys think. If I have it. We are actually going to be... Oh, maybe I don't have it. Oh, yeah, here we go. So we're getting a wrap on the truck here. What do you guys think? It's going around the country. Here you go. Look on the side of the truck. Go ahead and scan the QR code, and you will be hooked up with us. There you go for YouTube, Facebook, and X. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, we're going to be starting Sean and myself, we're going to be starting a YouTube podcast, similar to what Trucking City Media does, but with our own style, our own flavor. We're going to be interviewing old school truck drivers. We're going to be interviewing DOT cops. We're going to be trying to interview FMCSA. mechanics, we're just brokers, shippers, receivers. We're going to try to get as many people as we can. You guys can watch them live, or like Sam was saying, you have very busy schedules. There'll be pre-recorded lives that you can watch at any time at your convenience. That'll be over at YouTube. Thank you for the follow our show. We might be putting those up on Facebook and X. I haven't played with it yet. But next week, we're getting a special laptop just to be able to do that for y'all. So I hope you enjoy that. We also have the tag event coming up next month on the 15th. Don't forget about our tag event, where we go around the country and we just basically feed truck drivers. We cook hot dogs. Don't even say it, people. We cook hot dogs, hamburgers. Some drivers give away free pizza at the Pilot or the Flying J. And we just show brotherly love, sisterly love. We tell them about WeTheTruckers.com. That's what we're promoting. And we're also just starting to get that vibe back from the 70s. Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa. That's exactly what I was thinking. Who are you there, Jimmy Hoffa Jr.? Huh? Let's see. Jimmy Hoffa Jr. says, if you're thinking Dave, you're wrong. Well, that's what I was thinking. So who might you be, sir? Who might you be? You want to come up, have a conversation? Yes, no, maybe. Boy, today is a really slow day. Maybe I'll read, for those of you that are just coming in, I'll read you what I read in the beginning. It's pretty wild what we just found yesterday. All right. Here we go. Let's see. All right. We want to bring some light because the government is going silent. The public has, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has an advisory committee called MCSAC, the Motor Carrier Safety Advisory Committee. All right, let's see who this Jimmy Hoffa Jr. is here.
They one guy, 78.
Oh, okay. Why do you keep changing your name? Oh, man. You were what?
I lost a bet yesterday, so this was my punishment.
I was hoping it was the real Jimmy Hoffa Jr. I was hoping.
Unfortunately, I know who the actual Jimmy Hoffa is, not the one on here that claims to be. I know what he was about, being from in the Chicagoland. I grew up in this area.
Yeah.
I've dealt with Teamsters a lot. So this isn't exactly a privilege to have that name, if you'd say.
Right. Might be a little dangerous even to have that name, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to the 10-4 DC event? 10-4 DC? No?
No.
Not feeling it, huh?
Come on, you live out here, you work out here, you know how bills get tight and all that. I can't exactly take time off work. I gotta.
Rat race, more. It's been about that. Hang on. Sorry about that. Since my father passed away in my arms 3 months ago, I really don't care anymore about work, money, bills, the rat race, trying to keep up, having good credit, keeping, just pouring debt on my shoulders and struggling. I don't care anymore. I still pay my bills. I still work really hard, but I'm not trying to build a future anymore. Does that make sense? I'm not giving it my all to build a fake, false future for myself. Not doing it.
For me, it's a thing of it's not so much building the future. It's right now I'm making ends meet.
Yeah.
This time next year will be a different story, but I fell into a run of bad luck a few years back, and I'm crawling my way out of it.
That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you, and I'm sorry that happened to you. That's the problem, right? Well, things happen, yes, but we shouldn't have $0 in our savings account. We should all have 100, 200 grand in our savings account. And it's not because we don't budget well that we don't have that money. It's because greedy people at the top want us to run this rat race. They want us to just barely, you just said it, you're barely getting by. And that's not fair to you. That's not right. If you're exchanging your energy, the time that you have on the planet Earth, you should be making triple what you're making. That's what, you know?
I get where you're coming from, but mine was kind of I did it to myself type deal.
Oh,
I overspent. And, you know, life happens to where you got to do certain things to, you know, yeah.
well, on that note, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Right. And I'm doing what I got to do to get out of it. Like I said, this time next year, I'll be in a better place. It's just
Good for you, brother.
Work my ass off now to make it happen. That's all.
Yeah, just, you know, all we can do is learn from our mistakes, right? And try not to do it again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't foolishly spend money anymore. I don't consume anymore. I don't buy things I don't need. And what I will not do is go get a credit card to buy something that I can save up for, right? There's nothing I need on this planet that I need right this second and pay an extra 30% for it over the next 2-3 years, right? It's a scam, bro. It's a scam. If you want a $3,000 couch, save up $3,000 and go buy the $3,000 couch. Actually, you could probably talk the furniture store into selling it to you for 2,600. But if you put that sucker on a credit card, you're gonna end up spending like $5,000 for it, maybe 5,500. You know what I mean?
Why I make sure I only get the ones where it's like 12 months same as cash type deal, and you just divide it up to where it's a little bit easier to handle.
Right, right. That's awesome, Samantha. Welcome back. Did you have something to? Did you want to talk to that one guy or? Oh, now she's on pause.
I actually do.
Okay.
Hey, don't criticize me for the name. It was a bet. I lost. I'm man enough to do what I got to do. I just put a little flair on it.
Hey.
I put on this picture there.
Hey, at least you didn't have to tattoo it on your.
No, that's too far. That's too far. I don't do bets like that.
Well, you heard what Bobby Lodes said, right, about Dave's thing. He said if he actually gets that, bill passed, he'll tattoo AFFTRA on his, you know what? And if Dave does that, hey, yeah, that would be funny. So what do you think, man? Are you still part of FOPT?
I am.
But Matt's not, right?
Correct.
Okay. And Cupcake's still at the head of that, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys, so none of you guys are going to go to DC with 10-4?
No, Cupcake's going through stuff, getting his life together right now. It's just a lot of us got hit hard with different things, and we're all crawling out of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. It shouldn't be like this, man. You guys should, like you said, yes, things happen, but you should be able to recover pretty quickly as a truck driver. You should.
That would be the ideal.
Well, Samantha, welcome back.
Hey there. Oh, one guy, what I wanted to ask, we're creating a financial literacy program, if you will, for the trucking industry, and your insights, the things that you've learned, could be very powerful in helping us to put that together. I'd love to collaborate on that.
I'll listen to anybody. I will. So I'll give you the time. I'll listen to what you got.
Some stuff.
And
Right.
I don't make promises. I've got no problem listening to people and what they got going on. I can give my opinion, and if it's in my wheelhouse, then I'll jump in. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know, man. I'll and see about making some things happen that fix things for other people. We forget that we don't all have to keep making the same mistakes. You know, people are like, well, I learned that the hard way. We'll let them do that. Or we could share some knowledge and maybe people could, you know, get a little further ahead. We could do it that way. I don't know. Maybe I just think crazy.
Are you talking about the Friday night roundtable y'all got going on?
Well, we do have the Friday night roundtable, and there's a lot of things going on there. But the financial literacy project, yeah, it's a side project that's happening within the council. The council does a lot of different things. It supports a lot of different efforts. The key there is just to be a fertile soil where seeds of change get to grow effectively.
Yeah, man, we're not one organization. We are many different teams that are working together is the goal. You guys should come to the round table yourselves.
I was on the phone with somebody that brought it to my attention yesterday, and she told me kind of what you guys are doing, and hey, more power to you. If you can do what you guys want to do, my hat's off to you. It really is.
Yeah, there's no president, there's no vice president, there's no one person in charge. You know, it's all of us working together, not judging one another, not putting each other down, just trying to move the ball for everyone. Hey, Lee and Lisa Schmidt are in the house. How's it going, guys? So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, well, yeah, if you want to hang out for a second, you can. I'm gonna read this. Okay, I'm gonna read this MC. Since Lee and Lisa Schmidt are here, I want to read this to them. All right, brother. All right, Lee and Lisa Schmidt, this one's for you. And anybody else just coming in, joining us now. We want to bring to light something because the government goes silent. The public has every right to ask questions. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has an advisory committee called MCSAC. It's the Motor Carrier Safety Advisory Committee. Its job is important. MCSAC advises the FMCSA administrators on policies and regulations affecting commercial motor vehicles, safety, professional drivers, motor carriers, and the traveling public. FMCSA asks nominations to serve on this committee. Those nominations closed February 23rd, 2026. The agency said that the members would be announced as soon as they were selected. This was last February. Yet, 6 months later, today, FMCSA's own website still says to be announced. No members, no chairs, no vice chair, no public explanation for the delay. That deserves attention, especially because the committee has not historically remained vacant this long. Never has this happened. During the 2021 appointment cycle, nominations closed and the new members were announced that same month. In 2011, 5 new members were named within weeks of the nomination period cycle. You see where this is going? So why has the public heard nothing for 6 months here in 2026 since February? This silence comes at an extremely important time for the trucking industry. What a coincidence. Do you guys believe in coincidences? FMCSA has been considering major questions involving the CVSA Enhanced Commercial Motor Vehicle Inspection Program and the future inspection framework for autonomous commercial vehicles. At the same time, Congress and federal agencies are debating legislation and policies that could shape autonomous trucking, federal safety standards, and the authority of individual states. Do we want the feds affecting the individual states this way? Do you? These are exactly the kinds of motor carrier safety issues MCSAC is supposed to examine and advise the FMCSA administrator about. So where is the committee? Who is representing professional drivers? Who is representing owner-operators? Who is questioning the technology companies, the inspection systems, and the organizations seeking influence over the future of commercial transportation? And most importantly, who is advising FMCSA while these decisions are being made? You all know what I think. I think we need 50 truck drivers, 50 OG, 3 million mile or more truck drivers on these boards. That's my personal opinion, but we are not claiming that this delay process is corruption or improper influence in any way. We do not yet have the evidence to support that or say that. But we have more than enough reason to demand an explanation. This is our future. Maybe this is nothing more than bureaucratic delay, or maybe leaving an important safety advisory during a critical policy window is convenient for somebody. Just maybe. Either way, the public deserves to know. FMCSA should immediately disclose the status of the nomination review, explain why the appointments have been delayed, identify who is currently performing the committee's advisory function, and state whether any major decisions are moving forward without MCSAC's input. So what, they don't care about input from anybody anymore? They just do what they want? Thank you, Raising Arrows. This is not simply about finding or filing seats on another government committee. It's about transparency. It's about accountability. It is about whether the men and women operating commercial vehicles and sharing the highways with emerging autonomous technology have a meaningful voice in the decisions shaping our future, their future. 6 months of silence is long enough. FMCSA, where is MCSAC? Where are its members? And who is influencing these decisions while the Public's Advisory Committee sits empty? Empty. The trucking industry deserves answers. The American public deserves answers. And it is time we brought this silence to light. So that's what we're doing here today, guys. We're also asking for your help to write letters. We have some example letters for you guys. You can DM myself, Samantha, or Sean. We need everybody to help us write letters to Congress and Senate. What's going on? Okay, I'm by. Oh, no, that was Smith. Hey, how's it going? Musa, is that how you say your name? Musa? How are you? I'm good, man. How are you?
Thank God.
Oh, right on. How you doing?
All right.
Very good. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm far from you. I want to join you. But I live in West Africa.
Oh, okay. West Africa, huh?
I'll be right.
Very nice. So you drive trucks out in West Africa?
Yeah.
What's it like driving trucks out there?
Commercial truck.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. You guys, do you have a lot of regulation out there? A lot of laws? Or not really?
Yeah, we got a lot of laws. We don't travel in the night.
Wow, you can't travel at night at all?
Yes, because of the law.
Wow, how come?
Can't travel. Dodgy truck.
Why can't you travel at night though?
But because of the road condition, what we hold law from in the interior. So the small road.
Oh, smaller roads.
Yeah, government can allow you to travel in the night, except in the day. From
Gotcha.
6 to 6.
Gotcha. Yeah, I talked to another guy in Africa. I think he was East Africa, and he was telling me how like you have to pay law enforcement just to get through certain towns at times. And he was telling me like how bad the potholes were on the roads. He said the roads are just terrible. They just tear your truck up in no time.
No, the road is terrible. Because
Wow.
yeah, this is the restriction, not Quota Road, a foreign road.
Gotcha. So why are the roads bad? Do you think does West Africa not have the money to fix the roads, or are the politicians taking the money for themselves
No, because of the rain.
because of the rain?
The rain too much. Yeah, the rain is too much.
Oh, man, that's no good.
In the forest, the law in the forest, you have to low in the forest. Then machine escort you on the main road. Then you start coming on the highway now.
Oh, wow. Okay. How much do truck drivers make out there a year?
250 eh?
250 what?
USD.
250,000 a year?
$250 per month. USD.
Wow, that's not bad. So can you support a family of like four on that? Like a wife and two kids? Yeah?
You know, you have to say
Are you saying $250 a month?
$250 per month.
200.
Each straight, you get about $50 bonus.
So 250 US dollars, United States dollars per month. Is that what you're saying?
But yeah. Then each straight bonus is $50.
Oh my gosh, brother. Wow. How much does it cost to like your house per month for a house to rent?
My house rent is $25 per month.
Okay. $25 per month. How about food? What's food cost?
Food cost like a month. Food cost about $100 or $80, like just like that. 1,800 like that.
Gotcha. Okay. So it sounds like it's kind of the same as here because I mean, my mortgage is $2,500 a month, right?
Yeah.
$2,500 is my mortgage, my rent per month, right? For my house. It's 2,500, and that's actually cheap. I bought my house 7 years ago, so that's actually cheap. If you go out and buy a house right now, you're going to pay about 4,500 a month is going to be your mortgage, your payment for your house in America. Yeah. It's the land of the free if you agree to be a slave, a work slave, 80 hours a week.
No, boss. The problem that the how we found was saying we have to bear it. That's better money for you to sit down for nothing.
Wow.
You do something to help to support the family. I think that's best for you to sit down that you're not doing nothing. At least I focus on our maybe God that thing will change.
Right.
It's not easy.
So do you love it there? Do you love it in your country, or do you want to come here?
Opportunity where I can get opportunity to travel.
Is there a lot of opportunity there for you guys, or not really? Like, is it hard to find a job?
Really, I only got one opportunity, but I was set back. So I went to TV 2016. I struggled. I went to the embassy. I do all my necessary requirement, visa fee. End of the day, immigration program administration process. No missing.
Wow.
America working. They're the official chief.
I'm gonna give you a follow. Okay. How many?
I have 3 kids.
3 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you can help me, no problem. But I want to be a foreign truck driver.
Gotcha. What kind of truck do you drive?
I drive a Renault truck, trailer.
Okay.
Then, this now they bring in the Chinese making a lot of truck now. So now I operating the Volvo truck.
Wow.
It's logic. Logic.
Okay. Wow.
Logic truck.
Right. So are you trying to come to the United States or no? You're happy there?
100%. I want to travel to the United States to drive truck. That's why every year I used to play TV. I win the permanent administration process, no receipt. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get why.
Well, from what I understand, we allow 1 million people per year to come to the United States. So,
Wait, like,
yeah. Honestly, we have problems, and we already have too many truck drivers here as it is. In 2018, we had 2 million truck drivers. In 2019, we had 4 million truck drivers. So that the first lost 50% of their revenue because of those other 2 million truck drivers, right? So it's
yes.
it's just too much. There's too many people, man. Yeah.
Well, you can help me to travel, please.
Yeah.
What we want to focus on, Musa, and I hope this is helpful to you. What we see is that the problems in trucking mirror the problems in our society, and the problems in our society mirror the problems in the world. And if we can fix the brokenness here, and we could show the steps that we chose to fix those problems, we can fix it all. We'd love to have you be a part of that, and this is a community. You know, we view a global community. Like, I think one of the things I love about being part of this culture is we wake up every morning aware that we are citizens of the human race. Okay. And that means every single human being has an innate right to personhood, to dignity. And whatever society can do to increase their quality of life without harming somebody else, that's what we're supposed to do. Helping people to understand them, to lay down the biases and the nonsense and the things that separate, hurt us because we're focused on the wrong things. That's what we're about. So we absolutely would love for you to be a part of this, because whether you're in the world or you come to this corner or you go to a corner over there, it doesn't matter. If as people we can carry within us the thing that will make society better, now we get to change the whole world. And that is what we intend to do.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
I appreciate so much.
Yeah. Thanks. I gave you a follow. I come back and visit.
Your WhatsApp, I can send my
All right, brother. All right.
My passport, unless you do to the draw. I want help from you. Working right now, but for it to the each trade, I got the $50 each trade. If I don't go for no trade anymore, I wouldn't expecting my $250. But if I go on trade in the morning, make 15 trade, 20 trade, 10 trade, 5 trade, I wouldn't expecting my $50 each month. So if I can get somewhere else to change my life and my family, I'll be too happy.
Right.
I would appreciate.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. Okay. Have a great day. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. God bless.
God bless you.
All right. All right, guys. Well, there's a little bit of an eye opener, huh? You think you think your struggles are bad, and then you meet somebody where $250 a month, $250 a month is what that man's making. But also his rent is $25 a month, right? So that in equation to here the cost of living is about 70 to 80% of our paycheck, right? So he's doing better in that aspect. But I'm sure we're doing much better, right? So wow, that's an eye opener for me. Grumpy says basically what I'm hearing and understanding is his country doesn't pay well and the USA will pay. Yeah, yeah. But I mean that's the case for most countries, right? Oh boy, got a special treat for you guys. Come on. We got the one and only coming in the house. James, what's going on, man?
Well, I've been here a few minutes. You probably saw that.
I did.
Hey, let me tell you something. I have a lot of African friends that came over here, bought their own trucks, went to work. They make more money here. They live in their truck. They do their thing. They go home for 3 months, and they're considered wealthy over in their countries. The problem is, as we all know, they're all being kicked out. All my friends they're being forced to leave because they're here only on work visas.
Right.
So, and some of the problems with that. Now, one of my friends, he's been coming back and forth with visas for probably 10 years. He owns his own truck, does his own thing. He kind of works with a broker, but the idea is that we're changing. The government's changing who, what, and where is here. In total honesty, I mean, and I'm not prejudiced. I don't care who comes and works. But the industry can't take any more people who do not understand how America runs, how the Constitution functions, how different things happen. And that's my only point.
So do we need to get rid of the 90% of the population who doesn't understand those things? Because I guarantee you, 90% of the population doesn't understand those things.
Well, why would I get rid of 90% of the population? That's who we service.
Well, it's the people that were born here can't help. I mean, they're here, right? If you're born here, you're here, regardless whether you know civics or not. But my thing is, 300. There's 8 billion people on the planet Earth. There's 350 million Americans. When are we going to start caring about our people first, and then look? I know my story with the jackets, with the kids and all that, with the pastor. Yeah, I'm not going to say again, but basically.
If you can't gain your freedom, what are you going to do for somebody else?
Well, if I see a charity organization and I can't even put food on the table, am I going to help my neighbor, or should I put food on my own table first? James, should I help you first if I can't put food on the table for my children? Should I come help your children? No, right?
No.
I should
No.
take care of myself first, my family second, and then if I have extra money, see if you need help, or Samantha needs help, or Grumpy needs help. Hell, Grumpy needs help too. He's a retired truck driver.
The point entirely.
No, we're not missing
The point is,
if you can't live in freedom
entirely.
If you don't live free, how can you invite somebody else to come live in this cage?
Samantha,
That's the point. Thank you. That is exactly the point. Thank you so much. Because if they keep us focused on who's here that doesn't belong here, and they can keep us from understanding that what they're doing to all of us is unacceptable, then they can just keep doing whatever they're doing. And like you said about your African friends that they own trucks. Like, they came here and they did what they were supposed to do.
they're good
own
people.
trucks.
Yeah, they're good
They
people.
leave, they come back, and now they can't come back because somebody changed the rules because, oh, wait a minute, we got to distract these people because they're going to figure out what we're doing. If they figure out what we're doing, we're done. We got to stop buying into the nonsense and recognize what they're doing and saying, no, I don't get distracted today. Today I'm coming for you, and I'm not going to stop coming for you until you stop your shenanigans.
Sam, you don't know me at all, so you're wasting your breath.
Well, that's why James, give me a second. So Samantha,
The same thing, sir.
Samantha, so James is a like a constitutional expert. He's very patriotic as far as like he's
Yeah, I've seen him on your lives before. I love his stuff.
okay, yeah. He's where I would love to be in 10 years. Once my kids are grown here in about 10 years, I don't mind fighting to try to never pay federal taxes again and not register my car. And I mean, it's all bullshit and it's all a scam. And it's getting to the point where all we do every day is something to pay other people or to pay another permit or to pay more registration, to stand in a line somewhere, to be on the phone paying a 2290 and paying more taxes and this state tax, county tax. It's wasting our lives. You know what I mean? And he's figured out a lot of that. So he comes from a little bit more of a free place than we do. We're so stuck on register our car. We can't travel freely. We have to have a driver's, all the things. But I know you did, and that's what it takes. It takes fighting. And
Sam don't know it, but I drive 9 different semis, no MC numbers, no DOT numbers. I challenged them. Just like in 94, I went after the IRS. I'm not afraid of those people. Helvis versus Hinkle. Read that over and over. I'm telling you. You owe them no duty, but you pay them taxes. You keep paying it.
yeah,
I agree, man. I love your stuff. I hope it doesn't sound like an argument. But I also know that most people don't have the fortitude to do what you did because we're ingrained with this fear that the government's going to get it, and I think one of the pieces of this culture is to take what you know, what you've learned, and take that piece and very gently meet people where they are and drop the breadcrumbs to take them from point A to point B.
that's what I've been telling him for like a year. Like, bro, you need to make videos. You need to be on YouTube. You need to like be preaching what you know and educating Americans.
James, if you found the way to break the code, basically, as I'll say, share it with others that need to break the same damn code because otherwise we're going to be on the same rut. We're traveling in the same ruts and we're getting stuck. And tow trucks, basically, is to put it, will not be able to pull us out. And if you do something wrong or you don't word it right, then you're going to go serve time because the government's not going to allow it.
But Grumpy, isn't it worth it? Let me ask you a question. If you could spend 6 months incarcerated, but after that 6 months you never have to pay registration on your car again, you never have to pay property tax, you never have to pay federal income taxes again, wouldn't that be worth it or no? You didn't have to have your driver's license to travel down the road. No, I would gladly do.
I'll be
You
honest.
don't know how many, Grumpy, you have no idea how many times I've been arrested. I've been driving trucks since the 1970s. I went through the shift. I saw the BS. I got an MC number thinking I had to do all that. My driver's license left the states and sit with the FMCSA. And I just got fed up with it. I got fed up with pay. I don't pay them nothing now. I have my insurance. I take care of that in the public. But other than that, they got a problem because they have never answered my letters. And so it's in the record. And they just close their eyes, turn away when they see my trucks roll across the scales. And I run Nevada, California, Washington, Oregon. I get a lot of lumber and stuff. I run.
Okay, there's no problem with that. It's just the ideal.
It's James. That's proof of concept. Like if it can be done, it can be done over and over and over again. I mean,
it can be.
Your problem is infrastructural duplication there.
It's simple. I wrote all the letters. I went through I went through a process. Failed, tried, got a little further, failed some more, and then finally I nailed it on the head.
Okay.
They can't, if they don't answer, there's a whole lot of presumptions that lie, and they can't do anything, and then I pull Hill versus Hinkle over. I don't have to listen to your crap.
What I'm listening to from you, James, sounds really, really well, and I like it. But if you don't share your information on how you came about doing all this to people that need the information, that want to live the life that you're living, it makes it rather difficult because the majority, I've been in the industry for 25 plus years up until my health got bad. And the majority of the ones I've spoken to through the years, even the new ones, are scared that if they was to, stop their trucks from rolling, one, they're gonna get fired or they're gonna get let go. Two, a lot of them are scared that they're going to be put in jail if they break the law doing so, like a slow roll, things like that, to prove the point. I mean, share your knowledge. Don't be scared to share it with people like us that want to learn and know how to do these things, because your knowledge will help break the system.
Yes.
And that's the only way we're going to get the system broke and get back to where it belongs, instead of being ran by our government only.
Well, it's not my government. I flat out tell them that. You're not mine. You don't belong to me. You don't take an oath proper to the Constitution. I've laid out a lot of stuff. I mean, I've been federally arrested. You don't know how many times. But the point is, and this is what I hear. I have no problem with what Vince is doing, what he's trying to wake up people and get moving. But drivers drive for a company who don't care about your rights. Owner-operators have a whole different world. Owner-operators operate solely through the means of Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3. It doesn't say anything about owner-operators there. It doesn't say anything about the owner, the people of the land. So you have to start reading the Constitution and going through and figuring out where the problem is. The problem started with the 1935 Highway Act. Well, once you overcome that hurdle, things start to get easier for you. But if you're dealing with drivers and drivers only, the concept won't work. It has to be the owner-operators that step on the brakes for them and make it work. And those are the ones that I try to talk to. I have talked to many owner-operators over the years. Taught them a lot of things. Some of them are just a little bit afraid to pull that last trigger of sending back the MC number, taking the stuff off the truck. But they resist. They do things.
Right. What everybody doesn't realize is we actually have the control. People don't think so because we're programmed. Oh, they're gods and they're our mommy and daddy, and we listen to everything they say. But if everybody would just start living actually free and acting free, we would be free. We're the many ants, right? They're like 5 crickets and we're millions of ants. There's literally nothing they could do if we just lived free. It's that simple.
Kings. They are the ants. You're moving the movie backwards. I know what you're talking about. But the point is, we are the kings. We created a constitution to create government to take care of our welfare, wars, and other things that have to be taken care of as a nation. They have to follow our dictates. But they do not follow the dictates no more. They try to switch it around and do things that you're now under them. That's what you have to learn to fight, is that you're the sovereign. They're not your master. And that is the hardest thing to get in their mind, because they were taught from the time they were born till the present, wherever stage you're at, that you have to follow the law. Well, do you know what the law is? A statutory scheme.
You know what? I'd be okay with all that if they actually followed the law.
And you can force that.
I'm tired of the hypocrisy. I'm tired. You know what I'm tired of, James? When the pandemic happened, I remember doing 5 or 6 loads during a 3-month period. I did 5 or 6 loads out of the 20 or so loads I did in 3 months of during that, when it was really major. Or no, it was like 2 months. And at that time, 10% of those loads, I was completely exempt from HOS, hours of service. I could violate my clock. I could do whatever I wanted. They told me, just be safe. The governor of Washington at that time said, I had a letter. I still have the letter in my house. It says, just be safe, get adequate sleep, and be safe, right? Which means run your ass off. We need. Well, what about when Christmas time rolls around and I need to drive 10 extra hours a week to get my kids Christmas presents? Here's what they say to me. When I need to take care of my son who has a colostomy bag and I need to get $700 in medical supplies for him every month, what if I need to drive an extra 10 hours on my 70 clock to take care of my sick 11-year-old child? Oh, no, Vince, screw you. You can't. When your life needs to benefit, screw you. But when our government needs to benefit, work your ass off. That's what I'm tired of. The hypocrisy.
Hey, Vince, I've run a lot of military in my life. through all the wars, I used to pull all the shot up vehicles and things off the ports and haul them into Fort Lewis.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. There is no laws. There is no rules when you're doing all that. That's what made me, when I was in the military and I got out and started doing the military lows because I got some insight, while I was in there. And I realized that what you just said is exactly how it rolls. When the government wants it, it's now. It don't matter. Don't take your time. Roll, roll, roll.
But it was during a national what do you call it? A state of an emergency. It wasn't a regular.
That was COVID.
Can't say that, brother. Can't say that word. TikTok shop F1. Remember our gods, right? Want to tell us what we can and can't do. it'll kick the live off.
Everything.
Yeah. It'll kick the live.
Whenever big disasters happen, like fire disasters and hurricanes come through, they say, hurry up and get that load there. It don't matter how, just get it there safely. And those drivers that are mostly owner operators that fall into that category to haul loads, they get pieces of paper that grants them access to keep going and rolling. And what's wrong with doing it all the time?
Well, you can, and that's my point. You can. Once you have all those letters, did you ever get a letter back saying that you are now relieved of duty?
No, you're on for life, baby.
I mean, think about it. That's a great point. At the end of the day, whenever a problem comes up that they should have accounted for, that they did not, now all of a sudden your expertise is sufficient. But while they had it under control, they need to be the ones controlling everything. This is the definition of narcissism.
Yes. Yes.
The point
Absolutely.
is that the president does an executive order and makes the claim an emergency. FMCSA is no longer in the picture. I mean, they're in the picture, but to the ones who don't understand the game plan. I have federal orders. I have never been removed from those federal orders, so I don't care.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: as human beings, we try to create contracts and we try to create these laws that protect people or make people comply or force people to do things that other people want them to do. But here's the thing: you're never going to own the human heart. So if you don't do what's right, if you don't do what's fair, if you don't do what's genuine, you're going to get this thing called defiance and rebellion, and it's going to keep happening. Always has, always will. So if you focus, it's kind of like pew pews, right? You look at pew pews in all of the cities that have a no pew pew zone have the most pew pews. Why? Because if I was a criminal, where would I want to go? Would I want to go where a lot of people have pew pews and they have courage, or would I want to go somewhere where I could get a bunch of victims that don't have any pew pews? Well, obviously, I'm gonna go get victims, right? That can't defend themselves, because that's what criminals are. They're cowards. They go to the places that they can get victims. They don't go to somebody that has one and fight fairly. They fight unfairly. Real quick, let's give Die Hard a chance. He's been patient up here. Die Hard, what's up, man? Have you met James?
I jumped in the run, and they're just the right kind of conversation.
Have you met James? Or no?
Yeah, I've met him in some of your lives
Okay,
before, and in
perfect.
other lives, I've met James. I know
Perfect.
he's pretty big on the Constitution, and he's kind of
He is.
been able to lawfully separate himself from a lot of the systematic control. He's got that recipe kind of figured out. And I have to agree with Grumpy. There's a lot of controversy on exactly how that roadmap goes, and that's not always easy to follow. And some people hold it behind different pay gates, and they don't give the right information, and you're led astray.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been trying to research that whole thing. My whole hang up gets to be when it comes to actually being, hauling stuff on a big truck, and how you cross that bridge to do that part lawfully and separate from them, and how that goes into being able to get contracts, and how does that work? How do you run into those obstacles?
I don't use brokers. Brokers. I get my own trade from different places. Haul pipe. I haul military stuff. I do. You don't have to have all that. It's just like insurance. I don't, you know, when are you going to get?
Yeah, there really is no law. There's just statutes, there's codes, there's regulations.
Most of it's under the CFRs, and the CFRs have no force and effect upon you. The CFRs are only for government.
Yeah, that's
And I have this stuff even on the driving.
It talks about that it's really only for federal employees and such.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, and when I was a federal employee for a while, military, you're a federal employee when you want to think about it, and they give you
Yep.
your driver's license and all that kind of stuff to do their equipment and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, there was some subject matter in that, except for in times of war, emergencies, and there's all kinds of clauses, we'll say.
Mhm.
But the issue is that's for them. I no longer follow.
You can go to them and say, "You prove that I'm a federal." They can't.
See, both of you should be teaching the rest of us this stuff.
You were talking about you talked about a certain act when they don't respond. Which was that you were quoting?
Oh, this is under the regular laws of. I got 4 years law school.
Okay.
Because I own my own business. I had a lot of trucks and different things going on, and I finally got fed up with sending them, $100,000 for different things and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I sent everything back. You can look me up.
Yeah.
That's it, James. All that extra money that we're giving it, people that don't actually work real jobs have found amazing, genius ways to take those of us that do actually make money and have jobs that are fulfilling to take more and more and more and more and more. It's just like truck parking, right? Some brilliant people said, how can we get more money out of truck drivers? Because there's a lot of money in trucking. Let's make them pay to park. I mean, the next is going to be using the bathrooms. The showers, right? Were showers the day they
Yeah,
paid.
you bought fuel. I mean, it was
Yeah.
free 10 years. Well, maybe more than 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it's like $22 in some places now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be you got to pay a quarter to take a shit.
well, but
I mean,
here's
in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, you didn't pay for showers. You had a fuel receipt.
Right.
yeah.
As long as you had a fuel receipt.
Well,
you were
here's the
fine.
beautiful thing. We keep telling everybody, all you have to do is band together. If you band together and just say, oh, I'm not going to park in your spot anymore, or I won't get fuel at your place anymore. That's all you got to do. We don't have to strike. All we have to do is work half the time we're working now. 70% of the freight is all stuff we don't need anyway. It's all stuff people just consume. It's not necessities.
Yeah, you don't have to haul that kind of stuff, and that's usually cheap freight anyway. You know that.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I mean, like I said, I try to stay on the agricultural side of things. Yes, I haul overside. Yes, I haul hay. Yes, I haul pipe. I haul a lot of different things, but everything is direct. I negotiate with the man or whoever needs the stuff hauled. I don't play any other games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
And
go
they don't-
direct to cut out the middleman, it saves them money and you make more money.
I'll give them a break because of fact I don't pay that 21%, 22%, IRS tax. I don't pay this. I don't pay that. I don't do the plates. I save $20,000 a year just in not playing their game.
Now, what if you were able to take another step further and you were able to get out from underneath the controlling aspect of the dollar and switch over to a gold currency?
Well, I take gold. It's a private negotiation. I work in the private, even though some of it's in the public, but the public only decides what they are.
Mhm.
If you haul for the county and the county says, well, I want this and I want that, and you say, well, I don't have that, show me the law that says I'm required. I've even hauled stuff for the county because they couldn't prove I had to have all that stuff. And it was in state, and I'd already beat this, Nevada on that. So it was like, okay, let's go.
Right.
And they let me haul because I had the insurance.
As long as, so you still have to have the insurance.
At the end of the day, yeah, you run somebody over.
You're going to be stupid not to. So,
Right.
I've never had an accident. I've never had one. But it doesn't mean that tomorrow I won't get beat and roll down the road and run somebody over. So you have to think that way. And if you're hauling cargo that has value, hey, has no value. Nobody cares if it's insured. But you have cargo anyway because of the other stuff. When I haul $1 million machine, I got to make sure I got $1 million.
But again, it should be a choice, right? I mean, just like the ELDs, the electronic log device, some people absolutely love it. So you know what I say to that? Here you go. Let me give you 100 ELDs. Let's put it in your blood. If you love LED so much, here you go. You can have 1,000 ELDs in your truck, cameras staring at you, everything else. But if I do not want the ELD, let us both have our own choice. Let us have our freedoms. Because man didn't give us freedoms anyway. God gave us our freedoms. Don't forget that. Okay? No man is above another man.
Remember,
Devil's advocate.
oh, here comes the devil.
Nah, she's great. I love it. Come on.
I agree 1,000% on everything that you're talking about. Absolutely. Now here's my question. What happens to a society of 350 million people where now we're just working on everybody's opinion and there's no order? So this is why people push back, James. And that's not to say that you're wrong. That's to say, what if we create a picture of what you're talking about that doesn't scare people to death? What if we show that no order exists?
Self-governing.
But can we all be self-governing? Can a society of 350 million people be self-governing?
They was a
Wait a minute. Why don't we have a class on credit?
They all have their jobs. They all have their thing. They're not required to pay attention to any of that. It's what you teach them. I have a daughter who drives truck. I mean, it's whatever they want to do. They have to decide. I got one who wants to run with the farms. Others are married, are fortunate, don't have to work. But I taught them how to be independent, how to be sovereign, how to be self-governing.
Right. So the question is it scalable?
It is scalable. But the problem is that, and don't, nobody please take this wrong. If you have an 80 IQ, you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. You can't grasp this stuff Die Hard and I are talking about in banks here.
So that's the important piece, I think, is it's one thing when you create a system that allows those that are gifted in the way that they think to participate in what they think about. But a societal system has to be created in order to accommodate at least the average and probably a little below the average in order for it to be scalable.
You could create things in place to help people that aren't that smart. You could create a help system, a support system.
Yeah,
those people are just going to require much more assistance, and you're going to have to kind of supervise and assist them in their process.
Yes, you absolutely have to. I have people in my area that I hire to come help me do things, wash trucks, clean equipment, different things. They can't get a job. I mean, half of them are on, they just can't get a job. They just don't have it in their minds. So community-wise, we, as, I don't want to call us elite, but us who have the mental ability to think and do things can create jobs for those people that don't have that.
Yeah, Jay. And I just say one more thing quick, Grumpy? Yeah, go ahead. And IQ is a measurement, of intelligence. It's somewhat arbitrary. If a person actually studies and develops their mind well enough, you can increase your IQ.
Yes.
So, but there again, that plays into self-governance. You have to have the self-initiation to, the ambition to seek it. It's all about in seeking the knowledge for yourself. This knowledge can't be downloaded into you. You have to seek it, you have to want it, and you have to fight for it, and you have to study it.
And you have
Absolutely correct.
And that's easier when you're in a community that encourages it.
Correct.
and you have to not be comfortable, right? Being comfortable makes you weak. I was just having this conversation with my 15-year-old. Yeah. Being complacent makes you weak and just you get weaker and weaker and weaker. The more books you read. Okay, it's like scrolling. Did you know I've been telling everybody this lately. When you're scrolling, the more you scroll when you're not entertained, the weaker your brain is going to become. If you actually sit through a video, that makes you stronger. Because when you're just scrolling and you're just looking for the dopamine hit, you are weakening yourself.
Yeah, that's true. I've read that.
Yeah.
It also plays into if you're scrolling to seek a certain type of information.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So like all that
Yes.
flashy, entertaining, stupid brain rot. I
Yes.
scroll past so much of that because I'm looking for the people talking like James.
Yeah.
Talking like you, Vince, or talking like you, Sam.
Right.
You know, people that are having the real intellectual conversations. Seek and ye shall find.
Right. I like hearing like farmers talking about how they. Yeah, it's like I'll be scrolling and I'll see a farmer saying how they fix their tractor or they do this or that, and it's a little boring, but it's also exciting. And I'll watch the actual video. You know, it doesn't have to be just trucking. You're right. If you just stick on one thing that you're interested in, you're never going to explore. The more you explore your mind, the more the whole world starts fitting together, right? If you just stay on one road, you're never going to see all the other interesting things that are out there, including history.
You got to turn off the Flintstones and pick up a book. That's self-governing.
That helps too. Yeah, getting off the screen and opening up an actual book. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to find the stuff I found in a book, or you have to find it in a book. That's how I found most of my stuff, was in a book.
Mm-hmm.
I remember 30 years ago, we didn't have this kind of technology rolling. I wished we did. I would be done working.
Well, brother, it's not.
I think that goes back to where. Oh, I'm sorry. Grumpy's been waiting to say something for a minute. Let me shut up.
I was just going to add with what James was talking about on hiring his people and stuff. I mean, look at how many people that are homeless that actually could work or want to work, that can get a driver's license and all that stuff, but they're being left out because either they've been incarcerated at one time, and most people won't hire someone that's been incarcerated, no matter what kind of crime they did.
Yeah, that's not right.
And our state's full of them. They're running out. They're literally running out of their little camp areas because they have nowhere to go. But these people that they're running out, some of them could actually, honestly, be capable of driving and operating a truck and could live out of the truck. And that way they have a place to live. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but there's quite a few.
Right.
And,
the only ones.
No.
Grumpy, I do that. And here's the thing. There are some crimes I'm not going to have a part of.
Yeah.
If it's any pedophile or anything like that, I know.
I was just going to say that's the only crime that I would be willing to not, back children, hurting women, children. No.
Like murderers and shit like that, you don't want no part of either.
Well,
no.
I mean, that's
Well, not true. Some people drink and drive and take a life. It's man's, you know what? And they did it at 19. They did 15 years in prison, and they're sorry for it. They're empathetic about it,
Right.
and they never drink again a drop of alcohol the rest of their life. So,
but what if we did that? What if we started the conversation that everybody deserves that leg up until we find the outlier that behavior has to exclude? Not people. We don't ever exclude people. We exclude behaviors. So
I like that.
assuming the system should help everyone until the outlier comes along, and then we deal with it appropriately. We discuss ahead of time, what do we do when this outlier shows up? But we don't ever assume bad intent.
Sam,
I think that's kind of, yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
You're not going to like it, but I'm going to go for it. You make it sound like the system is great, and it's the biggest piece of crap in the world.
I don't understand. My whole thing about the current system is it is so broken that you almost want to burn it down and start all over again. Here's the problem. There are too many people dependent upon the system and they would perish if we did that. But my biggest thing, James, is as a society, we spend so much time defending the broken system and building on top of that broken foundation, but that we lose understanding that anything you build on that broken foundation is determined to fall down. At what point do we look at the broken system and say, this is broken? Maybe we should start fixing this before we build anything else.
Well, let's just start another society. Why don't the people assemble on their every county, and the people come together under the common law and start learning and doing things together and bringing them people up and understanding? That's what I do.
I plan on saying that. I plan on saying that very thing, and in the most polite and professional way I can when I'm on the stage at 10-4 DC. So
Same here, brother. I'll see you there. Woo! Let's go.
You know,
We're gonna get some set. Hey, let's get Sam Graves there. Let's get Ted Cruz, Donald Trump. I want to bring up. People always calling me in the worst times. We need to get a group of like 15 of us together to be on a committee that has oversight over all of them. We need our own office in DC. We do. Seriously.
Are a bunch of you guys going to 10-4 this year?
Sean and I are going, yes.
Okay. You guys have a booth, or you guys want to come to ours?
I want to, yeah, if you have a booth, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to share with you.
Ours.
Okay.
Just,
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just leave pastime though. Just leave him behind, because he's mad at Chris and I right now.
Wow.
Well, how about we all just play nice and get along?
Yeah. We like pastime. Come on, Die Hard.
Yeah.
Come on.
Share the toys in the sandbox.
Yeah, share the toys. Come on, stop it.
Let's
listen.
Weekend. What if we did that?
I do it every day. It's tough sometimes, but you got to do it every day.
He's not one to play nice. We were willing.
You know what though, Die Hard. If you want to be successful, you have to be able to work with the people that are smart, the people that know what they're talking about, and the people that can move the ball. And I will vouch for him. Pastime for a Change. He is somebody to be involved in all of this. I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry. He is. Does he work well with people? No, he doesn't. But we're all working on trying to.
Good knowledge of stuff. It's just
Yes.
very perfect people person.
Wow. Yeah. For some. Yeah.
Does everybody have to be the same? No. You know.
Ego is a problem with all men. I'm just going to say that. And we have to learn to sit back. Here's where I'm at. I really, in a debate or kind of a heated argument, if you want to call it that, I don't answer right away. I want to make sure I heard what they said before I have a solid answer or rebuttal back. Because when you just fly off the handle, you say things you really didn't mean. So I just say, slow down and listen. Don't let the ego jump in there and I'm right, you're wrong. That's all.
Right. Absolutely. Well, all I'm saying is, if you want to move the ball or you want to bring that goalpost closer to you, you're not going to get everything you want. So yes, the pride, the ego, it's in all of us. So how do you get rid of that pride and ego? Well, just don't want 100% of what you want. Don't ever think you're going to get 100%. If we got an office in Washington, D.C., right? If truck drivers had an office, an oversight committee, organization that was looking at TIA and the FMCSA and ATA, making sure they were all doing what's right for truck drivers, do you think we get every little thing that we want? No, because you got to work with people. You got to give and take, right? So Pastime for a Change is very knowledgeable, though. He knows what he's talking about. 12 years.
That is the amount of good for the largest amount while providing the least amount of harm to the smallest number. To think in those lines and then just figuring out the personality differences, that stuff can be done. It requires work, but everything that I've ever done that was worth anything required work.
The only issue I have, I'm not going to work with government. I'd rather burn it down. Yeah. Because The only thing sitting there is a cornerstone. It's our cornerstone. And if they don't want to play the rules the way we want to play the rules under Hale versus Hinkle, they can just go away and we'll reelect somebody else.
Yeah.
Or create a total new republic.
See, James, I have trusted the government, U.S. government, since I was about 5 years old.
Wow.
But
I'm in the same boat.
as I gradually grew older, I hated it more because of how it's ran. People run it. It's not done right. It's not set up the way it's supposed to be, like our Constitution stated it's supposed to be. It's being abused.
Yes. Yes.
The problem with burning it down, gentlemen, is what do you do with the millions of people whose very existence depends upon it?
Let's see, you
can't
missed
just
my.
burn it down and start all over.
Well, he didn't mean that seriously. That was a.
No, I did. The whole point is, for 20 years, I've been trying to get everybody in their states and on their counties to assemble, elect a new judge in your county, elect people from the people, and then we burn them down because we're no longer operating in their system. They don't have a choice. They're not getting taxes. They're not getting nothing because the people said, "The heck with you. We're creating our own government on our own states, on our own thing, and we don't need you no more. Go home."
Well, here's a good
That's the way to do it.
This is just an example I'm going to throw out there. It has nothing really to do with trucking directly. But like here in my state, a lot of people have been battling against these damn AI plants that they're wanting to put everywhere. But we're at a losing battle. Everybody goes in, tries to fight for it, to keep it out, and I'll be damned if they don't override it.
You know what happened? I can tell you what happened because I've been doing the research here on Nevada. They implemented all this stuff 7 to 9 years ago in the counties. They made their deals. They did their backboard things. Right now, Northern Nevada, I believe, is being burned out for the data plant that's going in there. That's what I believe.
That's a lot of it is our governments are so corrupt. They hide things from us until the last minute, and then they say, "Oh, we want your opinion."
And here's the problem, right?
Looking at the full picture.
Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
So if we can say, I don't want data centers. Did you use AI today? We can say there are things I don't want, but did you use the things that those things made possible? You have to decide to stop living the dichotomy. Either you don't want the things that have been handed to you that created conveniences that made your life a little simpler, or I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. And we keep losing that point. We act like we don't know how the AI works. No, we do. We just don't like how it works. And we want them to somehow magically produce a way for it to work that doesn't take all our drinking water. But we will keep consuming even while our drinking water is being consumed. I mean, come on, guys.
Sam,
She has an uncomfortable
Are you
point.
on a center?
She has
Are
an
you on a
uncomfortable.
data center today?
I mean, I'm on a cell phone tower, of course, but I'm not talking about being able to talk on a cell phone. And probably, yeah, I'm sure data centers are helping to drive the cell phone industry as well.
Do we need it?
I don't know. See, that's the
We don't need cell phones. No.
Well, you as a
So
truck
what
driver,
are you willing to give us to get back where you say we need to be?
I mean, I don't have an issue with a cell phone, but why do we need 1,000 data centers drinking up water? Why do we need data centers that are polluting the ground?
They actually have
Right,
different
what are those data
ways to
centers
heat
for that?
those data centers without consuming the water.
Hmm.
There's a guy out in Waterloo, Iowa, that does speeches when they're doing this stuff all the time and shows, because he's actually done data center development. They have ways of creating it without the water. They want to do it to the water so they have more control over the water supply.
Yes.
Well, and the
I
other
believe
issue, of
that.
course, is sorry about that. Sorry.
Go ahead, Sam.
Go ahead.
The development of fusion energy solves millions of these problems. Here's the trouble. That's going to take time. And they tasted profit like a shark tasting blood in the water. And when they tasted profit, that became the only issue that was concerning. And so now we got to hurry up and make the profit because we don't care about doing it responsibly. We don't care about saving the planet. We don't care about the people affected. We just care about how much money we can make.
And that's not the government. That is private corporations.
Which
I
makes
can
no
name a
sense
lot
to
of
me.
names.
Help me understand how people, if I was doing something to make billions of dollars, but I knew it would destroy my great grandchild, I wouldn't do it, because the money is not worth the actual flesh and blood, right? I mean, our ancestors did a lot of great things to get us here. A lot of us don't think that way, but it's true. I mean, 20 generations ago, you don't even know it, James and Samantha, but people in your family did amazing things. They struggled and they did amazing things to get to the point where they could reproduce to bring you guys here eventually, right? So if we don't have that same mind frame of protecting the people that are after us, what are we doing? We don't even love ourselves or care about ourselves if we're not thinking of patients, in my opinion.
Well,
How could we
that's
love
an
ourselves?
opinion, but you're saying your opinion based on the square box that you operated in. I
That's
live
very
off
true.
grid.
That's very true.
I live totally off grid. So at the end of the day, I don't need to consume all that energy. I get it from the sun or I get it from the ground.
That's how I'm trying to get, by the way.
I
That's
know
what I
one of
would
these
love to
days
do.
we'll get together and
Yes.
have more
Here's the worst
conversation.
part.
Yeah.
Basically, going back to the data center with water issue, I was watching some videos on YouTube that actually were talking about rainwater, that people that live in certain areas, they cannot even save the rainwater up in containers to
And-
use it to water their flowers and things because the government owns it.
I don't
And
know
I'm
why
thinking,
people even listen. Why do people just let's start there. Don't listen to them. Are you free or are you not free? Rainwater, really? That you got to draw the line somewhere in your life.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me to not take rainwater out of the sky. Just do whatever you're going to do,
It's on your land.
Right.
How about
They
fishing?
find these people if you get caught doing it. They find them.
Yeah, but
pay
fishing
the
is
fine.
because you voluntarily went for a commercial license. I fish without a license. You know why?
So do I.
I own the fish. You own the fish. The forest, the wildlife community is only trustees taking care of the animals so you can go drive your trucks. But at the end of the day, you can go hunt them. You know why? I use my method on Idaho. I use my method on Nevada, and I use my method in Washington, and I can go there and hunt freely on my lands.
Wow.
Because in the manual, the hunter's manual, if you open them up, it says the people own it. Read the
See,
first
your
lines.
knowledge is very, very, very helpful and very, very good. Because a great example of that is like here in Oklahoma, where I'm from, they charge you for fishing. So you have to pay $20 a year, I think it is, for a fishing license. Then they
Well-
charge you for hunting. They want you to get a license to do that. And then you have to tag them. That's extra money. I mean, they tax everybody to death. They want, we were supposed to be a country that got away from that crap. And I'll be damned if we ain't going back to it.
Yeah, I'm over
I
it.
ask you to go get the books, the manuals, the hunting manual and fishing, and read the front of the book where it says forward and conversations. Most people get right to the license thing and where they want to hunt and blah, blah, blah. They don't read the whole book. Read the whole book and you'll find out that they are entrusted to take care of and manage the wildlife for you. But if you're going to hunt or fish commercially, you have to have a license. Let's say you want to take 5 guys out on a hunting trip. Got to have a license. That's commerce. But if you want to go put your deer on a table, you don't have to have a license. You merely have to challenge that position. And that's
Okay,
what I
man.
learned how to do.
Catch you later. Have fun with your daughter.
Wait, who just left? Grumpy?
Sam's getting ready to leave.
Oh, Sam, you're getting ready to leave? Okay. Oh, I see. Hey, Sam, thanks so much for coming in, okay? God bless and thanks for coming in. Guys, my biggest thing is it seems to me like all we do is talk about like it's always an emergency on the citizen side where you're desperately trying to fight. You're always on the defense. We're never on the offense. We need to get back to a place where with the government we're on the offense, meaning we're telling them what to do. They're making our pursuit of happiness happen on a daily basis, not we're all scrambling constantly to try to not get more freedoms taken away. And to me, it feels like every single day, it's like the government is just, I'm treading water, I'm bobbing up and down, trying to catch my breath, and they just keep stomping my head under the water. I come back up, I get one fresh breath of air, and then there's their boot again, pushing me back under the water. And I need to get on the boat and push him down and tell him what to do. Because
Right.
we're the ones that are creating the energy to make their paycheck. Don't forget, every drop of sweat that comes from our brows is a penny in a politician's pocket, right? We produce the actual revenue of this country, not our politicians. They don't do shit. They literally have empty jobs that are created by our sweat, our blood, our work, our sacrifices, not theirs. They don't do anything.
That's why.
Go ahead.
That's exactly why you have to self-educate. To get on a defensive is easy. Just drive down the road. Now you're on a defensive. But if you start reading, starting with the Constitution, you start reading the laws, the rules, and everything they put in places, agencies, finding out, well, you have a lot of control by letter writing.
Mm,
You just got to do it.
right.
I've often looked at the government and us humans out here as a chess set, okay? We're mostly all looked at as a pawn. The government looks at us as a pawn. It's like, okay, we can do what we want with them. The pawns are nothing. But if you're really good at playing chess, you can put the king and queens both in check with pawns. So it's just got you just got to have the knowledge. And like I said, James, you've got great knowledge of being able to do something like that because you're very, very knowledgeable.
Years.
James, ignore that. This babe chick, I just blocked her. It's not even it's just a scammer trying to get your attention. So don't click on that. Don't click on that.
I won't.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Yeah. Beautiful other truck driver friends, they call me, oh, you never believe this beautiful girl said hi to me in my messages on Facebook. And I'm just like, bro, come on, bro. How silly do what beautiful 22-year-old woman is going to go out of her way to message you on Facebook and say, hi, handsome, how you doing? Give me a call.
Exactly.
Come on, man. It ain't going to happen.
You've seen my site, right, with the trucks on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, there's probably 1,300 followers on each picture. And when you look to see what it is, 95% of it's women.
Yeah, I know.
And they're just trying to get my attention. And I don't have a picture of me at all. I'm 67. I'm
Well,
not a young guy.
listen, brother. Listen, when you say trucker, they know you make at least, most of us make over 100. Well, that's not true. Most of us make a lot more, though, than construction workers, cashiers, other jobs in our communities. So when most women, when they hear American truck driver, they're thinking, well, I can be comfortable. And they're right. They're not wrong. I can be comfortable with him. He'll put a roof over my head. He'll take care of me. He'll protect me. Most truck drivers are badasses. They protect women. And so that's why they're always trying to get us. They know we have money because we work hard. They know that we'll protect them, and they know they can build a life with us if we work hard, right? So that's
I grew
why.
up in the old school. Both parties worked.
Yeah.
Except for while the children are teenagers and things. Everybody, it's just what it is.
I was just thinking about you the other day. Next time I cruise by your area, I'm going to call you. We need to get together. Yeah. I've been slowing down a lot more in life and just getting to know people, stopping, eating with people, like really building relationships because I realize I don't have enough life left. I don't have enough energy left, and I will never get ahead at the pace of the way things are going right now. I literally can't work hard enough to get ahead, so I don't give a shit anymore. And I hope the government is watching this because that's what you bastards have done. That's what these corporate giants and these global elites have done to all of us. I have so many friends that are literally just quitting their jobs. They don't care. Nobody cares anymore. And I think there's a bigger agenda to that where I think they're already aware of that and they don't care.
There's a lot of people going to RVs and homeless going across all the public lands. You wouldn't believe how many people are here in our Nevada, as I said.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That live here they're in RVs. They're living everywhere.
I need to go check my property, man, my 3 acres out there to make sure it's still Nobody's out there,
Well, come over, we'll go look. But people do jump on those places.
right?
So yeah.
Dude, I get
An alternative infrastructure and separating from them in any way I can.
You know, James, I get emails all the time on there's these like apps where if you have bare land, you can be considered like a camp spot and they'll give you, you know, like 80% of the camp fee, but they find the people to come and camp on your area. And my wife's been trying to get me to do it for years. And I'm just like, no, that's our land. I don't want a bunch of people to show up and then ruin that city and trash it and no, we don't need to forget it. No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I believe me, I've tried that. I built like, little kind of like RV parks with different things.
Yeah.
People don't care. I mean, yeah, you make money, but you spend a lot of time in court.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
man.
can't. And Nevada 2 years ago made laws where you can't just throw somebody off the property anymore.
Oh, no.
The sheriff has to do it now. So it's a 10-day notice and a 3-day notice and then a 24-hour notice. It takes almost a month to get done, and then they remove them off the land.
That's interesting. That sounds very familiar. Who are our neighbors to the west? That sounds very familiar.
It sounds
And
very California.
yeah, and didn't we just have about 200,000 Californians move over to our state here recently in the last 7 years? Yeah. Interesting.
I know a lot.
You run away from all that crap you run away to get away from it, but then you bring it all with you. And they're doing the same thing in Idaho, Tennessee.
Well, that's where I was kind of going back at Sam, and no ill respect, but is she happy with the system? Because I'm not. I think the system sucks. Absolutely.
She's not.
Because
No,
people
definitely not.
The people have to wake up and start self-educating. That's why all my neighbors and different people who just have it low, they come over and talk to me and they want to understand the Constitution. They want to understand they have the right to travel. They want to understand how to do it. And, unfortunately, half of them don't have common sense, which is like they weren't taught anything growing up.
No, they weren't. A lot weren't.
If they don't.
Well, not only that, James, a lot of people, you don't know until you know, right? So a lot of people I think that's where our gifts come in. I think it's our responsibility to kind of give that out. That's part of being a patriot, right? Being like you're telling your neighbors and that they go share it with people, right?
Right.
So, I told you before, I don't mind making videos and I just found a new niche that actually might get us a lot more followers. Having my son make these videos. It takes like 3 hours just to make a 30-second video. But
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wrote a book. Me and a couple friends wrote a book. And the government had arrested all of us. I didn't go to jail. They did.
Really?
So I'm telling you that it's a very touchy program. They also took away my card, so I can't go into ports no more.
Wow, interesting.
So they started attacking back, believe me. So I've got to go to D.C. to fight that problem. Because that took away some of my military stuff. That's why I'm just doing ag only right now. I can't go in a port. I used to run in the port, bring stuff out this way. Can't do it now. It's
like anything that you try to do to wake the people up or the good things you do for people to try to help them get ahead. They'll figure out trumped up charges on you, or they'll do petty things to waste your time and take your money.
You know what the FBI told me? You got to quit talking to the U.S. citizens. You can't do that.
That's
And
just
who are they to tell you that? Who are they to tell you that?
You happen to be a U.S. citizen and you're kind of a state citizen, but your whole allegiance through the CDL and everything we do. This is why I went after it, because I realized that, hey, they're saying they own and control everything we say or do. That's why I started fighting back. And I figured that out when I was in the military. I went and had to do things I didn't want to do. And I realized that this is BS. I'm not doing it again. And I'm going to figure out exactly why. Now I understand why my grandfather said the things he said.
Wow.
I understand. So, because he said, and this was in the 70s, he said, there is something wrong. The Constitution flat does not work.
hasn't in years.
No. And he was telling me I was 11 then. Not trying to say anything, but I'm like,
My gosh, why am I getting all these people today, dude? I blocked like 10 people. Just coming up here saying weird stuff.
I'm not a mod.
Well, you know why?
Hmm.
Look at my picture. I'm seen all over the place. That's my, like I said, it's not me, it's my horses.
Yeah.
So they seem to follow that around. I know a lot of people that follow. They see that, they know it's me.
Huh.
That even,
Interesting.
There's other drivers that I talk to, and they know I'm here. Different people know. I mean, I listen to JJ. I listen to everybody, what they have to say.
Right.
And like I said, the biggest problem I see, and I'm not attacking anybody. What I see is everybody is so ingrained to follow government orders that you can't even wipe your own behind.
That's right.
And they don't question it. They just, they say it, so I have to do it. They don't question why or where did it come from or is it even lawful?
That's exactly. And that's what you just come out of in your own mind a year ago. Started going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Only because I'm exhausted though. And I don't understand how, for me, 7 years ago, no, about 8 years ago, when I became an owner operator, that's when my life changed, right? When I started a small business, after 2 years, I bought a house. I was buying furniture. I had a nice car for my wife. I still do, but I had good credit. I was pouring concrete. I was fixing my house up. We were going on vacation. We weren't by any means rich, right? But we were definitely middle class, higher up middle class, right? And we were just having a good life. But I was also working my ass off, right? But I was also having a good time in life. We were having barbecues, inviting people over. It was great. Life was great. It's the American dream. And then all of a sudden, something changed, right? And the exact same energy that I was performing, the exact same loads that I was hauling, all of a sudden were $2 cheaper, $3 cheaper a mile. So then I almost lost my house. Then I couldn't even repair the things that are breaking in my house. And the kids are, not having the same lifestyle. We haven't gone on vacation in 3-4 years. And it's like that's kind of what built me into who I am today. I'm like, I'm providing the exact same amount of work, time, and energy, but the difference between having a pretty damn good American life compared to having shit for breakfast, dinner, and lunch, right? That's what woke me up. It's like, nah, something ain't right here. That didn't make any sense
I
to
don't
me.
do vacation stuff at all. I put that towards going to visit somebody, have a seminar, discuss the stuff that I'm doing or what's going on and what the people need to do. Those are like my vacations. I'm not out having fun. I'm out trying to get people to wake up.
Yeah.
But people don't want to. They're so fed up with
This
everything.
is true. This
They
is
want
true.
to just quit.
Most people want to scroll. That's it.
Everybody just quits and scrolls. Well, I guess then there's going to be no jobs pretty soon.
And eat sugar.
Yeah.
And they don't realize eating all that processed food and sugar, that right there is like dropping your ability to think properly by like 80%. Did you know that?
Yes, I
Just
did.
eating garbage and fast food, and I'm not judging anybody, but it's true. You're already taking away 80% of the strength in your body and the brain capacity to think and learn and observe and figure out what's going on, So I don't know,
Half
man.
of the stuff that I do is I have one of my reefer trailers is a garden, and so I have people hired to help me garden do things. So I have goats. I mean, I run a farm.
Yeah.
And so I'm out on the road doing things every day or doing whatever, and the farm's rolling. I don't eat from the store. I go buy salt. I buy pepper. I buy
Nice.
the basics.
Right.
But I don't eat their food. I just
This brings up something that just what you were just talking about, Vince. There's a movie called Idiocracy.
Yeah.
That one right there. That as soon as you started talking about that, it's like right there. That hits it right on the nail.
Yep. Idiocracy.
Hollywood doing it again. They slowly tattletale on our U.S. government in a movie form. You have to. I mean, people sometimes it's just a movie. Yeah. Well, if you look at it the right way, you can see truth coming into it, and that's kind of what's going on. Is the government knows that they're dumbing us down, and that's what they want. They want us to be illiterate. They want us to be not knowledgeable because they want to control us.
Right.
And that's why in schools, public schools, they don't even teach the stuff that they used to teach whenever I was in school.
Which to me is sick. I don't understand the whole controlling thing. I never have. Like I am so like James, right? James, how busy are you with that damn farm? Do you have time to see what Vince is doing and control Vince? Do you even have 5 minutes in your day to be able to worry about what I'm doing?
Oh,
No.
you're paying me taxes. I'm just going to hire somebody else to monitor you.
I don't get all these Karens and Richards and these government officials that wanted these block cameras. You want to know what I'm doing?
Exactly.
Do you want a camera in the bathroom too? Guess what? That will be next. I promise you that's next.
No.
I mean, they already got them flying around and stuff now.
Well, in Michigan, there's Michigan is pretty much they cut all green lasers. And the city's not going to put them back up. A lot of cities are like, dude, we're not going to put them back up. That was so expensive. They broke
They
them.
would do that here.
Same. Well, actually, I don't wish the destruction of property or violence against anybody. So those of you that are watching right now, do not use green lasers, high-powered green lasers. That destroys flock cameras. And remember, it's a federal offense. Why would they make something a federal offense that's worth $300-400 or even $1,000?
You don't have that technological background. How do you know it's all true? LOL.
What? Oh, well, I've also heard that a diamond blade sawzall will also cut the pole off for the flock cameras. And then they also say have your phone on you if you're going to go cut one of those down so that they can track you. You know, because your phone is a snitch. It says everything and everywhere you are.
It's anything Bluetooth. So.
Yep.
Well, it
Yep.
all goes through Langley, so just don't worry about it. They're having a good listen today.
Well, the thing of it is our wonderful, I will put it out there, our wonderful president has investment in Axon. Axon is taking over where Flock is leaving out.
Here's what I don't understand also, like and this is going to be part of my speech in DC next month. These representatives of ours, these global elites of ours, and these corporate giants, these banks, do they not think that the people eventually are? I mean, all you have to do is open a history book and you see what happens to people in any nation, in any country, in history, in human history. You look at what people do when they're struggling, when they're angry, when they don't feel like they have any kind of life left and like they're a slave. You know what people are capable of. And I'm not advocating for any of that, but do they not think that that's going to happen eventually? Like,
look at France. Just do France's history alone.
Yeah.
I need to say more. Look at France and its history. How many kings and queens have they, whatever that term is?
that's what I'm saying. And no bunker. Go ahead, Gumpy.
What is being forced will be forced out eventually.
Ooh, I like that. I'm going to steal that from you. I like that. What'll be forced will be forced out. Yeah. It's simple. So maybe right now it's just a fire sale. Maybe all of them, the corporate giants, global elites, and the government, maybe they know it's coming. Here's the thing. You both know I do OTR, right? So I'm in all
Yes.
over 48 states constantly.
Right.
What I am noticing, I'm a key observer, right? I observe what's going on around me at all times. I'm that type of person. I talk to people on the docks. I talk to the shippers and receivers. I talk to the people that are checking me in and out. I like having conversations with people, right? Like 5-10 minute conversations, just BSing. And what I am noticing, and I'm not bringing it up first, they're bringing it up first. Every single citizen I talk to around this country, black, white, Muslim, Christian, female, male, all different walks of life, because I'm in all lower 48 states. Everyone is saying the same thing. They're pissed off. They've had enough. And when do we do something bad? Now, again, I don't advocate for that. None of us wanted to get to that point. But I don't get it. They're already so comfortable.
It's going to happen on our watch. Sorry, Vince.
Dude, I know. $2 million, you can have an extremely comfortable life the rest of your life. Why do you need $500 million? or $1 billion. Like, why isn't that enough?
Ask Trump why he needs 800 billion.
Well, that's a
There you
good
go.
question. Trump lost me when he was talking about the 200 million for the ballroom. That's when he lost my support. You
I
know,
don't care if he paid for it. He can pay for it. He can afford it.
yeah.
I'm not
They
like
want that.
to bring beef in from import either.
Well, everybody sees it. All we hear is promise after promise. Oh, you know what Trump said like a month ago? I was scrolling and Trump's talking and he goes, listen up, everybody, these flock cameras, okay? You gotta accept the flock cameras in the community. And here's the thing, America, we're gonna make a lot of money off these flock cameras. You're gonna make a lot of money. Oh, and taxes. Taxes are gonna go down. Taxes are gonna go down. So, like right there, this may sound silly to you guys, but a light bulb went off in my head at that time. It's like once sometimes it doesn't make sense till you see it 100 times, and then it's like, oh shit! Now I see it, and now I can't unsee it. When politicians, global elites, corporate giants talk, they always come up with some kind of thing that you have to accept. Boom, there's one red flag, followed by
Just we.
your life is going to be more comfortable or you're going to make more money, followed by you're going to make a lot of money or you're going to be more comfortable paying less taxes, right? So Trump said you got to comply, which is taking away more of your freedoms, followed by you're going to make a lot of money. America's going to make a lot of money off flock cameras, followed by, again, you're going to make a lot of money because you're going to be paying less taxes, which I call bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I don't believe it.
Vince, now, I don't know if you know this or not, but I've did a little bit of watching other things and digging in myself because somebody had brought this up to my attention here a while back. He actually originally was on the blue side.
I know. Yeah.
For the longest. And that's why and see that's what kind of made me leery of him because I'm thinking, why would he do this? Well, then he came out and said that if he switched sides, people would listen to him more and do what he wants more because he believed that the red side listens more and what the red side wants. So that's why he changed sides.
Wow. Yeah, I just learned that I was like
He's trying to use it. He's trying to use the blue side against the red side, but under the red side. Does that make sense?
it does, yeah.
And you know what totally makes sense today? It's been
Correct.
going on 30 years. The red is one side, the blue is the other, but in the middle is the same flock, the same bird, the same problem. They don't have the right to steer.
Snakes in the grass, exactly.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah.
So
I know.
you could, let's be elected as a Republican and go Democratic in your ways. That's all I see.
You know that this voting, the midterms that's coming up this November, I am gonna vote, but I honestly feel like it's a waste of time. I feel like both parties, no matter who I vote for, I feel like it's already been determined by the global elites and the corporate giants that they're going to get whatever they want, regardless which side wins. So the illusion is that we are free and have a choice. And once again, things might get better if I vote for this person or this person. My life might get better. But in the meanwhile, they're wasting. The years are going by, people. Your years on the planet Earth are just filing by. You're 30, you're 35, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, 70, 80, 90. Now you're dead, and they had a comfortable life while you worked your ass off. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, you got to change your voting practices, Vince. Never go to their machines and vote as a U.S. citizen. You, as man, have to do a write-in vote.
A write-in vote?
You write in. You create it. You send the letter certified to their offices, and they have to count it as your vote. That vote hits the bird. The other votes are just party politics. You're on their side, that side, how they think. You either think like the red or you think like the blue. That's how they divided the nation so badly. I don't go on either side. I vote down the middle. I elect myself every time.
Huh.
I vote for
Interesting.
me. I'll vote for you.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
It's not a wasted vote. They have to count it. I figured that out in Washington 30 years ago. I was so mad. when they did their elections, I went in there and I said, I told all my friends, vote for me. Whatever you do it right in. I was elected as governor. That's why the feds in the state attacked me so hard, because they said legally I was the governor on the Republic. Hello.
So wait a minute. Then it's not true that, because a lot of people have said, because I was thinking about running for office, and then a lot of people told me, no, you have to have millions of dollars behind you to even get your foot in the door. So you're telling me we could run our own
Vote for you. I'm on Nevada. If you want to be the governor, all you do is run. You just tell people.
no, I'm thinking much bigger than that, brother. Much bigger. Why don't we teach people this? Hey, we for a nerd truck driver, we can vote. And now I've been saying that as some regular worker in
We
office.
actually did it. We have been doing it on the counties, on the states, doing stuff.
Hmm.
And I was elected as governor in 1990. Washington out. That's the feds arrested me early, and they were like, the Secretary of State. I knew them people well, and he's like, why did you do that? You have no idea what you did. And I says, oh, I know what I did. I just flipped and showed the Republic existed, and I was elected on it.
Wow. So what happened?
That's why
They changed it right away?
like me talking. That's
Ah.
why they don't like me talking.
There's another friend of mine that I'm trying to get him to come in here, but he's always busy, but goes by midlife trucker. And he's very knowledgeable on a lot of this stuff that James is bringing up and talking about as well. And I'm hoping maybe I can get him to come in. He was supposed to try to show up for Boss Man's show the other day, but was unable to because Boss Man, of course, has errors and didn't get started right away. So,
Ooh.
well, I think you follow me anyway, Grumpy. You could just have him come over and we can have a private chat or big phone calls.
Yeah, and Grumpy, you have my number. We can always just start a separate live. Like this is our official live, but we could do another different live on the fly or something. I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, I had to change my phone around, Vince, so I need yours again. So.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just message you right now then, because if I don't do it right now, I'll forget.
I know. That's why when he said that, maybe it dawned on me I didn't have your number.
Yeah, wait. So you changed your number?
Retarded.
Okay, I'll DM you it right now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ending the live right now in a minute because I gotta go.
So knowledge that they
I don't think you. Yes, you are. You're also very intriguing. People don't truly be free. You knowledge on showing people it. Here's some advice on what somebody told me a year ago. They said, Vince, whatever knowledge is, if somebody's underneath your knowledge, you can't just get them to catch up in a day. It's overwhelming. Human beings don't learn fast. It takes time. If someone's here, just a little bit and encourage them and let them feel good about the information they learn. They'll come back for more, a little more. Give them eventually they will.
about how we're going to get thrown inside.
Advanced psychology. So very good pulling people together. That people very
and wanted to be in aerospace. And so
Jeez. Okay. It's your.
But you have to pay to get into that.
Yeah, brother, everything's money. It did.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
To teach,
Just do it.
to come in on a course and then have somebody come in and teach you stuff, then it'd be worth the while, and that might be a way to make this work for you.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There's 100,000 people. By the time you do paperwork and send things out, get everybody on the same page on this program where we can talk like this, it works. I have people I talk to directly all the time.
Right. Free right now. X has so it's only.
Because there's things, like I said, you should go look at help. There's a lot of cases that I would say go look at. Yeah. You just in a sense the same as you want. I don't care.
Now, back look into the career of
Tell them we're national. That's where I was born.
I just
Yeah.
Thanks for really appreciate you, and let's talk more. All right.
We shall.
Grumpy, you got any last words?
I'll do just like I did with people. You need to get out there, cast our votes, let them hear us, let them how we feel. Don't just hide it all. Don't just open it.
Vote for me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Vote for Vince. Vote for yourself.
Yeah.
Just don't vote for them. They got to get the picture. We're done with them.
Right.
I like it. I like it.
That's how I look at it, and that's how I've said it for 30 years. If you vote, you're in agreement.
Right. All right. All right, Grumpy. All right. Okay. Man. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate you guys spending your day. Remember, we are Tuesday, 10 a.m. Standard Time, and we are live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X. We appreciate every one of you. Thank you for the heart, the comments, the live out. Thank you for that. You guys are the one. You guys and get for message. So thank you for being here. We are starting a podcast on YouTube here in about. They're going to be pre-recorded lives, so you can come in if you have a minute. If not, you can go back to those because just fast forward wherever you want. We are for DC. We the National Mall. December 30th through October 4th, I think. Shopping art. We're going to convoy to Washington, D.C. The driver, if you want to get on the national stage there, and one of the biggest stages, say whatever you want to say, you will be given the chance to do that. Just have a good time with drivers and talk to people. It's a great site to check out advocates, bills on there. Get past about yourself. It's a red Peter. I don't know if it's a cab over a flat. Yeah, it looks like, and it's just funny where you're and you're part of the group. That yet? For change, and you go find corruption. Sean works on that, and Sean was busy today. Everybody this live, go give them somebody saying something. That follow button, because that's how you stay in. And that's how. Don't let and the corporate giants and the global don't let their bring on you. Our state to focus on people to do what we do. Let's see what else. I think that A truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, thrifty, brave, and to God and strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Until the next time, 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 3 says this: be on your guard, stand still in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do love. You're safe like you want without being insulted down. Thank you. I hope to see you again.